You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange ache in your chest, that quiet voice whispering from somewhere deep, that sense that there's something more, that you were meant for something greater. But the world told you to silence it. The noise told you to forget. The pain made you numb. And yet, here you are, still searching, still feeling, still breathing. You are not here by accident. And no, that's not some poetic phrase to soothe your wounds. It's the most powerful truth you've forgotten, the most sacred truth your soul has been trying to make you remember. Because everything that broke you, everything that confused you, everything that made you doubt your worth, it was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to wake you up from the dream the world forced into your eyes. Wake you up from the lie that you were just a body, just a number, just another soul drifting through time. No, you are eternal. And now, you're hearing the call. If you've ever felt like you didn't belong, if you've ever stared at the ceiling late at night, wondering why you feel so empty, if you've ever questioned your purpose, your path, your pain, you are not broken. You are awakening. You see, the awakening never comes in a flash of light. It doesn't arrive with angels singing in the sky. It begins in the shadows, in the loneliness, in the silence that makes you want to scream, in the collapse that makes you want to give up, because the soul doesn't awaken through comfort. It awakens through rupture. The moment your world stops making sense, that's not failure. That's the veil starting to fall. That's the illusion breaking. That's the lie unraveling. And what's left is you, the real you, the one you forgot. The one who's been buried under expectations, fear, shame, and noise. You weren't born to fit into the world. Feel this in your chest. This is not a coincidence. This video found you for a reason. The words are not mine. They are messages your soul has been waiting to hear. And now it remembers that you are not your past. You are not your wounds. You are not your failures. You are the one who survived it all. You are the one who carried the light through the dark, the one who questioned everything and still chose to believe, the one who is ready to rise, not for the world, not for approval, not for applause, but because your soul said, now it's time. This is the beginning, the first breath after the long sleep, the moment your soul steps forward and says, I remember who I am. Maybe you've noticed it lately. You're starting to see through the illusions. What used to excite you feels hollow. What used to distract you no longer satisfies. You walk through the world, but your heart is somewhere else. You listen to conversations, but something inside you drifts. You look at yourself in the mirror and wonder, who have I become? Let me tell you something no one told you. That feeling. It's not depression. It's not failure. It's not weakness. It's your soul waking up. And waking up isn't always beautiful. It's not all peace and light and glowing auras. Sometimes it feels like everything is falling apart. But the truth is, everything false is falling away. You were never meant to stay asleep forever. The pain you carry, the questions that haunt you, the quiet breakdowns no one sees, they're not curses, they're initiations. You've been initiated in silence, by loneliness, by heartbreak, by spiritual confusion. You didn't get a ceremony, you didn't get a guide. But life chose you anyway. Why? Because you're stronger than you think, because your light was always meant to be a lantern in the dark. Every soul that awakens because it couldn't stay in the illusion anymore. And guess what? You're already out. Even if your mind hasn't caught up yet, your soul has already begun. You were born with a blueprint, a divine design, a sacred mission buried in your bones. That's why you feel different. That's why you've always sensed things others couldn't. That's why you couldn't ignore the pain or pretend it didn't matter. You were never meant to live a shallow life. You were never meant to be asleep at the wheel. You were never meant to follow the path that everyone else chose. Your path is ancient. It was written in stardust, and the world, It tried to bury it under noise, fear, routine, pressure. But the soul doesn't forget. Even when you do, it remembers. And when the time is right, like now, it starts sending signals, visions, dreams, breakdowns, moments that shake you awake, not to hurt you, but to say, "Come back, you're needed." Have you noticed the signs? That strange number you keep seeing, that dream you can't forget, that sudden urge to let go of old habits, that one sentence someone said that hit you like lightning. They're not random, they're breadcrumbs, placed on your path by your higher self to guide you home, because the universe speaks in silence, in symbols, in intuition. And if you're watching this now, then you've started listening. Your awakening doesn't need permission. It doesn't need approval. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It begins with one yes, one whisper that says, "There is more." And the moment you say yes to that voice, everything starts to change. The world may not change immediately, but you do. And that is the real miracle. Right now, as you listen, there's something opening in you, something ancient, something powerful, something beautiful. You don't need to understand it all. You don't need to explain it to anyone. You don't need a label. You don't need a title. You just need to allow it, feel it, trust it. You are not going crazy. You are remembering. You are not broken. You are breaking through. Your soul is not late. It's right on time. This is your moment. This is your invitation. This is your sign. You are not here by accident. And now, more than ever, the real you is waking up. There comes a moment in every awakened soul's journey when the chaos begins to make sense. Not all at once. Not like a movie ending tied in a bow, but in a quiet, trembling way, like the light cracking through a wall that once felt eternal. You start to realize all those moments when you felt rejected were actually redirections. All those people who walked away weren't abandoning you. They were being removed from your path so you could walk alone and look within. Because this is what awakening demands. Courage, solitude, truth. Not the kind of truth the world celebrates, but the raw, soul-deep kind that strips away every identity you wore just to survive. And suddenly, you're left staring at your reflection with no filters, no roles, no lies, just you. The soul beneath the skin, the fire that never went out. Have you ever wondered why you never fit in? Why no matter how hard you tried, you always felt like the outsider, even in rooms full of people? That wasn't a flaw. That was your protection. You weren't meant to fit into a system that was built on forgetting. You weren't supposed to succeed in a world that thrives on numbness. You were never meant to become what they told you to be. You are the one who remembers, the one who questions, the one who breaks the patterns, the one who walks away, not out of rebellion, but because your soul simply couldn't lie anymore. And that makes you powerful, because in a world that wants obedience, your awakening is an act of revolution. So here you are, not broken, not weak, not lost, but awakening. And this pain you feel, this sensitivity, this fire in your chest that refuses to die, that is your compass. That is your soul saying, "This way, follow me now." You're not too late. You haven't missed anything. The real journey is just beginning. You're not here by accident. You were placed on Earth in this exact timeline for a reason your mind may not fully understand yet. But your soul does. And it's time to trust it. There's something sacred happening in your silence. In the moments when you stop pretending, when you finally admit to yourself, this life, this version of me, it doesn't feel right anymore. That moment, when you break down in your car, when you stare into the dark ceiling and feel the tears rise, when you sit in the shower asking the universe for, that's when your soul whispers, "Good, now you're ready." Because real awakening never begins in comfort. It begins when everything false starts to fall apart, when the masks don't fit anymore, when your spirit refuses to keep shrinking just to be accepted. And in that stillness, you feel it. A flicker, a pull, a remembering. You were born to reshape it. But before that could happen, you had to forget who you were. Yes, it was part of the plan. The forgetfulness, the detours, the heartbreaks, the isolation. You had to walk through the fire to burn away what you are not. You had to get lost to understand what it means to be found. You had to fall asleep to know the beauty of waking up. The people who hurt you, they were part of the plan. The doors that closed, they were protection. The nights that felt endless, they were sacred. And now your soul is whispering enough. Enough running, enough hiding, enough shrinking to make others comfortable. It's time to return, to remember. Remember what you are. A soul wrapped in skin, a light wearing shadows, a universe pretending to be human. You can't go back anymore, and you know it. You've tasted something too real to forget. You've seen the cracks in the illusion. You've heard the calling in your bones. And even if you tried to deny it, you can't unknow what you now feel. This is the shift. This is the turning point, where you stop asking the world for permission to be who you are, where you stop playing small so others won't feel insecure, where you stop dimming your fire for rooms that never deserved your light. This is where your soul says, enough. I choose truth now, no matter the cost, because living a lie is too heavy for a spirit built from stars. So let it fall away. Let the version of you that was built in fear dissolve. Let the roles, the masks, the performances fade. The real you is not becoming. The real you is emerging. You are not here to be what the world wanted. You are here to be what your soul remembers. The one who sees beyond the surface. The one who hears the whispers in the silence. The one who feels the presence of something greater and trusts it, because the path forward is no longer outside of you, it's within, and every step you take now is a step back home. There's a child inside you, not lost, not broken, just waiting for you to stop running, waiting for you to look back and finally say, I see you, I haven't forgotten you. That part of you who dreamed big, who felt deeply, who saw magic in everything, it's still there. Still alive beneath the armor you built to survive, still whispering beneath the voice that tells you to get over it, still aching to be seen. And now that you're waking up, you can hear that whisper again, that soft, sacred voice asking, will you come back for me? The world told you to grow up, to be strong, to push your pain down and pretend, and so you did. You became what they needed. You became what was safe. You became what would survive, but now your soul is tired of surviving. It wants to live. It wants to feel again, to breathe without guilt, to cry without shame, to love without fear. This is the essence of awakening, not becoming something new, but returning to what's real. And the truth is, you've always been worthy. You've always been enough. You've always been light, even when the world tried to convince you otherwise. Listen closely. You don't need to chase miracles. You are one. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your existence is proof that something divine is moving through you. The breath in your lungs, the fire in your heart, the ache to find meaning. They are not random. They are reminders that you were never abandoned, never forgotten, never too late. This awakening, it's not about becoming someone else. It's about finally remembering who you truly are. And now that you've begun, you will never go back to sleep again. You've carried so much alone, the weight of pretending, the fear of being misunderstood, the ache of not knowing who to turn to when your world began to crack. But now, look around. Can you feel it? Others are awakening too. People who used to numb themselves with distractions are starting to search. People who once silenced their intuition are starting to listen. because this isn't just your personal journey, this is collective remembering. We are the generation that came to break cycles, to heal trauma, to restore what was lost, to reconnect humanity with what truly matters: soul, spirit, presence. The world is changing, systems are collapsing, structures are shaking, truth is being revealed. And yes, it can feel terrifying, but that fear isn't a sign to run, it's a sign that the old is dying. Because before the new earth can rise, the illusions must fall. The illusion that success equals value. The illusion that control equals safety. The illusion that silence means peace. Your awakening is part of a greater wave, a sacred storm that is reshaping consciousness. So don't mistake your breakdown for failure. It's the initiation, the portal, the sacred fire that burns away what was never you, and on the other side, truth, freedom, alignment. Do you know how rare it is to awaken in a sleeping world? How sacred it is to feel when others are numb, to rise when others collapse? That's not weakness. That's spiritual leadership. You don't need a stage. You don't need a title. All you need is presence, truth, and the willingness to answer the call, because you were not placed here randomly. You were planted like a seed, and now you are blooming exactly when the world needs you most. Your soul knew, long before you did, and now the time has come to live like you remember. Because you do. Everything you've lived, every heartbreak, every delay, every misstep was part of your path. You didn't fall behind. You didn't mess it up. You didn't waste your time. You were gathering pieces, lessons, wounds that would one day become wisdom. Because the awakened soul doesn't rise in perfection. It rises in remembrance, in softness, in forgiveness. The detours you hate are where you found your strength. The losses you grieve are where your light expanded. The silence you feared is where the divine first spoke, and all of it was sacred preparation. You are not just healing your past, you're birthing your future. This awakening is not just about feeling better, it's about becoming who you came here to be. Aligned, awake, unapologetically soul-led. You don't have to chase anything anymore. Not approval, not control, not perfection. Because what's meant for you flows through your truth, not your performance. Your energy is sacred, your voice is medicine, your presence is enough. Let that sink in. You are enough right now, as you are. Even if you're still in the process, even if you don't feel ready, your soul is, and that's what matters now. So let this be your vow. No more shrinking, no more pretending, no more betraying your own soul to be accepted by a world that forgot its own. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, between the seen and the unseen, between who you were and who you are becoming. And now that you've heard the call, you cannot unhear it. So rise, even if you're trembling, even if your voice shakes, even if your past still lingers. Rise, because you are not here by accident. You are here by divine assignment. And now you're finally ready to answer it. You were never meant to live in chains, not the visible ones, but the silent ones, the guilt, the shame, the fear of being too much, the pressure to be less. Those were never yours. They were inherited, taught, imposed, passed down by a world that forgot its own soul. But you are here to break them. Every time you choose your truth over approval, your peace over noise, your soul over ego, you are healing generations. You are freeing not just yourself, but everyone who will come after you. Awakening doesn't look like a celebration. It often looks like isolation, withdrawal, saying no, letting go of who you used to be, and watching the world not understand. But that silence is not emptiness. It's the sacred cocoon, the space between death and rebirth, the quiet temple where your soul is being rewritten. Don't rush it, don't fight it, don't run from the stillness. Sit with it, breathe in it. Let it soften you, let it strip you, let it whisper to you. You are safe now. You can stop performing. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are powerful for not shutting it down. Your empathy is not a flaw. It's your compass. Your wounds are not burdens. They are maps. Your silence is not emptiness. It's wisdom waiting for permission to rise. And if the world told you to dim your light, they lied. Your light is not too much. It's just been contained, but no more. Now, you let it shine. Not for attention, not for applause, but because the world is starving for truth and your soul remembers the way. Something changes when you awaken. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's permanent. You start to see the world differently, not just with your eyes, but with your soul. You see the pain behind the smiles. You hear the lies hidden in everyday words. You feel energy before words are even spoken. Because now you're not reacting from the mind, you're sensing from your truth. That's why you feel tired around certain people. That's why noise bothers you more. That's why shallow conversations feel painful. You've changed frequencies. You're no longer trying to survive. You're trying to live awake, and that costs you the illusion of comfort. But what you gain is clarity. Yes, it can feel lonely. The path of awakening is not crowded. You will outgrow people. You will lose things you once prayed for. You will walk through valleys no one else understands. But in that sacred aloneness, you will meet yourself, the self that is no longer addicted to noise, the self that no longer needs validation, the self that can sit in silence and feel whole. This is the gift the world doesn't talk about. Peace that doesn't come from anything outside of you. Peace that you become. And when you become peace, you no longer chase it. That's freedom. That's awakening. You don't have to preach. You don't have to convert. You don't have to convince. Just be. Fully, honestly, softly, bravely. Your presence will speak louder than any words. Your peace will calm the storms around you. Your light will remind others of their own. Because your soul didn't come here to compete. It came to anchor, to ground truth, to carry remembrance. And the more you return to your essence, the more others will feel safe to return to theirs. You are not here by accident. You are here to be a mirror, a guide, a lighthouse for the ones still lost in the fog. And your time is now. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to awaken and remind others how to do the same. You weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent to disrupt patterns, to break cycles, to carry light where others only saw shadows. That's why your life was never easy. That's why your heart broke so many times. That's why you felt things others didn't feel. Because your soul signed up for this mission, this path, this purpose, and now you're remembering it. Not because someone told you who you are, but because deep inside, you always knew. No more waiting for permission. No more doubting your intuition. No more shrinking to survive. This is your invitation to live wide open, to feel everything, to speak what's true, to walk in alignment even when your legs shake, because the world is shifting and it needs souls who are brave enough to stay awake, to hold the light when the night gets long, to speak love into the chaos, to be the peace they've been searching for. And that is you. You are the one your younger self prayed for. You are the one your ancestors whispered about. You are the answer walking in skin. So walk, even if no one claps, even if no one follows. Because your awakening is not about being seen, it's about seeing clearly. And you see now. You feel now. Let go of the old version of you, the one who settled, the one who apologized for existing, the one who thought playing small was safe. That version was survival. This version is truth. Stand in it, speak from it, breathe in it, because now that you're awake, you don't to forget. And that's a gift. This is what your soul came here for. Not the noise, not the numbness, but this moment, this sacred return, this remembering, this rising. You are not here by accident. You are here by design, by destiny, by divine calling, and the world will never be the same. Now that you remember who you are, if something in this message lit a fire in you, if something in your chest is still vibrating right now, if your soul whispered yes while you listened, then this is your place. This is your tribe. This is your space to grow, awaken, remember. Subscribe to Eternal Awakening if you want to receive powerful videos that help you remember your soul's truth, your divine purpose, and your unshakable light. Because this is just the beginning. And your soul knows it. You are light, you are truth, you are awake, and now you are home.